Let's play, Ethan Winters.
Me, Shao Tucker.
Welcome to the podcast where we talk about anything and everything that comes out of the crapshoot. I'm your host, JD. This is my co-host,
I turned my daughter into a chimera.
James. I call him James. Everyone else calls him Jim. He just works like that.
It's Heisenberg. It's weird.
A lot of things happened this week, James.
Things have Heisenberg.
So, number one, you've got Resident Evil 8, right?
I bought Resident Evil 8 last night.
Cool. And you're going to stream right after?
Right after we finish this, I'm going to jump onto stream and stream it.
Awesome. I guess I'm not going to be there to,
You can co-commentate if you want.
I would love to co-commentate.
Yeah, I'll share screen. I'll try to stream.
You know what
it.
really breaks down a Twitch chat? Like mentally?
What?
Double Heisenberg.
Oh!
Have you seen the Smosh bit? Those like double plankton?
Yes.
That was
Crabs,
really
give
funny.
me the formula, crabs.
Give me the
crabs.
ravioli.
Ravioli, give me the
Foamy crabs. Give me the crabs. Give me the
Eugene!
crabs. Eugene crabs.
Formioli.
I can't do a plankton voice for some reason.
Well.
My vocal cords are just built different, huh?
I feel like, speaking of vocal cords being built different, I can't sing for shit, and you're aware of this. I think
Really?
I've told you.
I don't know. I thought
when
it was
I
just normal.
When I take the hat off and like I just kind of pull my hair out,
Yeah.
I now look like Bo Burnham in his Netflix special Inside.
It must be true. I can't fact check that.
Well,
nor
here's the
can
thing.
confirm, but I will believe you.
Like Heisenberg, just without the hat and jacket, because
He's like,
he's wearing.
does he
he's
talk
wearing,
like it too?
Well, for like one of
It's
the songs,
me,
he goes,
Bo Burnham.
"Welcome to the internet, come and look around," and I'm like, it's just Heisenberg.
Just Heisenberg.
It's just Heisenberg showing his factory to Ethan Winters.
Hmm.
But I interest you
Come
in
in.
everything,
Tour
All the
my
time.
factory, Ethan.
Ethan.
It's not a trap. I
It's
swear.
not a trap, I swear.
Don't be such a sore loser.
Shut the fuck up. That
Sorry about
bitch,
that.
Miranda.
There's so many
Ethan.
quotable things from Heisenberg. That's like the only
the
thing I remember
best.
from Resident Evil 8.
He's the best.
That's like the only enemy that I really remember, even though everyone is hyping up Lady
Lady G?
Domitrescu.
Listen,
But I think Heisenberg was actually the star of the show.
the only thing I remember about her is the fact that she just keeps saying "man blood," and I'm like, I don't know how I
Oh
feel
yeah,
about
she was really I guess she put a lot of emphasis
Oh, man.
on
What's
the
wrong
fact
with
that
my blood?
it was man blood instead of just regular blood.
Every
or
time
human
every time she said that, all I could think of was the TikTok where it's the guy with the shitty car, and it's like we buy bad cars, and he's like, "Oh man, what's wrong with my car?" Just, "Oh man, what's wrong with my blood?"
I just imagine like she's sitting there sipping her wine glass of blood, and she's like,
Man, her giant bottle of wine.
this blood has more chromosomes in it. Must not be man blood. I can taste the Y chromosome in this.
That's monkey blood.
Like I can't imagine that man blood or woman blood would taste any different. But I guess it does to vampire.
Vampires,
I'm
they
not
do,
a
I
vampire,
guess.
so I don't know.
Uh-huh.
And I've also hadn't tasted women blood, so don't know. I can't tell you, James. Have you tasted women blood or?
Listen, I'm not saying what I'm drinking once looked like blood. Insane.
Okay, you're not saying that technically.
I'm not saying that.
But what are you implying?
I'm not saying it was called the Vampire Rebel. I'm not saying that.
Heisenberg's not a vampire, James. He's just a dude who can. Yeah, he's just a
A
dude.
dude with man blood. A dude.
Filled to the brim with man blood. Stock
Listen here,
chock
Ethan.
full of man blood.
Listen
Why
here,
are so
Ethan
many-
Winters.
It's so freaking. Yeah,
What? I'm Heisenberg.
I can tell. Yeah.
I honestly, with this, just because he wears like a giant green like pea coat.
Yeah, he does.
I don't have that. I just
Like a
have
trench
a
coat.
green button-up shirt. So it kind of makes me look like I'm the other Heisenberg
The other.
from Breaking Bad.
Yeah. Also, I think Heisenberg has more facial hair, but maybe I'm.
Yeah,
I
I
remember that
shaved
clearly.
recently, and then I'm like, oh, I should do a Heisenberg stream
Mm.
after I shaved. I'm like, oh, I should have
Yeah,
saved
'cause he's
that.
kind of disheveled, but who can blame him? He's kind of, I really feel
Ethan
for the guy.
Winters.
I think he was just a normal factory owner in that town, and just all of a sudden
I
one
think
day,
he was just some German kid who was like,
one day
hey, yo,
that bitch Miranda came in and
Rich Miranda.
shoved a cadaver, or no, fuck, whatever the thing is called, shoved those parasite thing into him and
The
changed
T
his life forever.
virus.
Made him into a slave. I can't imagine he's too happy about that.
I can't imagine the fandom is too happy that this is the origin of the T virus.
Oh, right. Well, actually,
Because-
didn't they say it's the difference? It's different than the T virus, right? It's like a
Well,
whole
it's
different
where
thing.
it's where he got the idea. They said to make the T virus and everything.
Ah, yeah, I think that was it.
Because
They
it's
saw
like,
it- so
hey,
the
here's
mold
this huge, here's
the mold
this
is
huge
the,
war dump.
is the infection that's happening in Resident Evil 7 and 8. And it's
Yeah.
different from the T virus because it's like a natural thing, I think.
Yeah,
It
it's
was
not.
naturally discovered. It wasn't made by man.
Yeah, it wasn't a manufactured version.
So
There
a
are
long
no
time ago
GM
they discovered it. Or I guess Miranda discovered it, right? And then she
Yeah.
went to like an organization. They were like, "Yo, we could make something like this."
They were like, hey,
And that's how the T virus was made.
what if we were zombie Nazis?
You know what that whole like situation reminds me of? The whole like we discover this whole like science mad science type of thing.
Tell me, what does it remind you of?
Well, let's get dangerous. So I was watching this video
Oh,
came up in my
no.
feed. This video came up in my feed just earlier today. And
Yeah.
it was called Twitter versus JonTron. And I was like, "Hey,
Oh no,
I-
I can already see where this is
I
going.
watch JonTron, and we quote JonTron a lot. What has he done this time?"
Finally,
I mean-
a video for people with no necks like me.
Yeah, and then I start the video, and the first thing that I see is JonTron's recent tweet, of which I don't use Twitter, so I don't keep up with tweets of my people
did
that
he
I watch.
say?
And he's like, just trust the science, bro. And then like a bunch of like fist bump emojis, and he linked 3 pictures, and it was pictures about Dr. Fauci, I think his name was Fauci. I don't know how to pronounce it.
Fauci.
And he was doing an experiment on like beagle puppies in like North Africa, and I think it was an experiment where they were just they just see if they just get eaten alive. Something about, but I don't know what they were testing, but at the end of the test, all the beagles were like eaten alive by these flies, maggots, right? And so it's
Okay.
it was pretty disgusting. No matter which way you lean
Sounds like
politically, it's horrendous, And you know me, James, I don't really like animals that much, but I would never
Yeah.
advocate for like purposely harming animals. Like my thing is just leave them alone, Just
I mean, I don't know, Jay. I've
Just
heard
chill.
I heard you say kill all the bees once, and I was like, whoa.
bees are a different story.
You need to be.
I don't consider them animals. I consider them hellspawn. So
Well, I don't- Listen here, man. I'm just not.
Now, even though I've never been stung by a bee, I still hold a personal deep hatred of bees
I still just
because I
want
think honey tastes like shit.
animal. I agree.
I agree. Anyway, so this horrendous experiment happens, and I guess what he was implying, or what JonTron was implying, even though he didn't say it in the tweet, he was implying that Dr. Fauci, I'm just gonna call him Fauci,
Oh, gee.
Dr. Fauci, who's the one who's leading this experiment, is also the dude who's leading research on COVID-19, or the COVID vaccine. So what he was implying was, he's like an anti-vaxxer or something.
JonTron is?
Yeah. I think that's what he was implying. Because he's basically saying, don't trust this scientist, because he was doing these bad experiments and he's also, you know, that lead research on the COVID vaccine. So he's like, don't trust that lead research on the COVID vaccine.
John.
Yeah.
John.
He said, I can't tell if you're sarcastic when you're saying that you don't, do you not believe that he's anti-vax?
I genuinely cannot believe that he is, actually.
Really?
I've never thought of him as being like a liberal person, but I've also just thought of him as being like a smart one.
Huh.
Because
I don't know.
Anti-vax
I also, at the beginning of the video, it was
dumb.
showing a bunch of headlines about JonTron being like racist and stuff on Twitter.
Yeah. Listen, I've
never seen any of the tweets.
I
Have
don't know
you?
if have you seen the live stream? Because that one's pretty.
He did a live stream?
He did a live stream where he compared the a statistic involving black people, and it was just
A statistic involving black people? Can you explain more, James? Do you want to explain more about that?
it was a very like I think he was trying to explain the difference between like rich white people and rich black people or something. I don't remember the exacts of it, but I remember it was like during middle school is when it happened.
Well, that was
And
really long ago. Jesus.
It was really long.
That's before Flex Tape, wasn't it?
Sorry, not middle school. It was like freshman or sophomore year high school for us.
Oh,
One of
that
those
was
two.
still before Flex Tape, I think.
Yes.
Hmm.
And it just he really dug himself a hole when he did that live stream where he was going over the statistics, because I remember it was right around Trump's election.
Oh.
It was like around that
my.
exact time. Yeah. So
Ethan
that's what
Winters. It's a trap.
This is what the problem was. John
Number
Trump.
15. Ethan Winters.
Ethan Winters. What?
Well, yeah, I didn't know about that. That was
Yeah,
At what point was he trying to prove that just like black
I
people
think-
just like were worse?
I don't know. I remember the clip that is so famous with it is just him like being. It's a very like kind of cut it type of situation. Like, shut the fuck up! You're about to dig yourself into a horrible hole if you keep talking.
It's one of those situations where your friend is very blatantly like throwing himself under the bus, and you're trying to pull him out, but
And
he
he
just
just
keeps
keeps
crawling
going.
under there, man.
I mean, the buzz is stopped, but he's going right into the wheel no matter what.
He's walking into this street highway that's really jam-packed and busy, and I'm trying to keep him from getting hit by a car, but he just
street
keeps
highways.
walking in there.
Your local street highways, we all got them.
Yeah. Your local residential street highway.
Your local residential street highway, yeah.
Yeah,
But,
so I guess that's when you realized that he was a bit sus.
Well, there's also him on Game Grumps where he had a problem with saying the N-word a lot.
Did he say the N-word a lot? I don't know. I don't
there's
think I've ever
Several
seen.
compilations.
I don't think I've ever seen a compilation where it showed, or actually I haven't seen much of JonTron and Aaron back in the day. I've only been recent. on
Right.
them.
I mean, him and Aaron, it was only for a little bit too. Like
Yeah.
they may have
I do
started.
know that Aaron was. I guess he did make some racist jokes and stuff back in the day.
Yeah,
But I'm pretty sure
literally,
he's changed because I don't
Here's
think
the
I
thing.
hear about that anymore.
Here's the thing, though. Pretty much everyone did is the thing, and it's like it wasn't okay, but it was like just
I
weirdly
mean,
like
we lived through middle school, right?
yeah.
That was
I mean,
like. I'm not gonna lie, James. I don't think I ever said that because even when I was in middle school, I was kind of a smarter kid, and my parents
Sorry,
were
when I say
exactly like
everyone,
that, right?
when I say everyone, I mean like YouTubers wise, not like everyone, like people.
Well, it is everyone, including people. At least everyone
Yeah,
around me,
Sometimes with that
because
too.
we
yeah.
were in that ghetto school, and also my parents, my parents were like that too. And back in middle school, I had this mindset of like I really don't want to be like my parents, so I actually never did or never said anything racist. I don't think I ever said the N-word that much. Actually, I don't think I ever said the N-word at all in middle school.
Do I genuinely can't think of like a moment
Like
that
all of my friends did, but I didn't. And I don't
right.
think, yeah, that was
That's
weird, wasn't it? It was like literally
the weird
every
thing to
single
think
person
back
I
to.
talked to said that, but I just never did.
It was just never like the thought of like, yeah, this is something for us. It was
And
just
it's weird because I don't think they were being like, even though it's a racist word, I don't think they were using it in a racist context. They're using it in the same context as you would use like bro or dude. And instead of saying bro or dude, you just replace that with the N-word.
I mean, that's how some people use it, but then it's like, well, like, who is it okay for? We are so. This is
I don't know. It's a
really
weird.
not
It's a weird thought about it.
Yeah. I've always had that thought of JonTron, like ever since I saw the compilations of him like saying all that stuff, and the clip of the live stream of him like doing the statistic, and it was like just a very like, shut the fuck up, you're digging yourself a hole type situation. It's always been like I think he's a funny guy who makes funny content, but I also have to remember he is pretty sus with the stuff.
Yeah, like he's funny. His content is high quality. It's you know, enjoyable.
Very well made for when it comes out.
It's enjoyable, and if you can make the distinction that you know him and his content are different.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
that's something I've had to do with like stuff I enjoyed, because it's like Ryan Haywood is incredibly heavily part of Rooster Teeth's history.
Yeah.
As much as like that saddens me to think of, especially with like all the shit.
Mhm.
I can't get that out of there. He was very main, like front and center type of guy who was in almost every video essentially.
He was one of the core members of Achievement
really
Hunter, right?
was.
And Achievement Hunter was a core thing of Rooster Teeth in general.
Yeah, it's really evolved from there too, but it was like he was so present that it's like with what happened.
Yeah.
When you go back, it's very hard to find stuff without him, like talking without him there, or even it's like people have changed their compilations to like exclude him. Like here are some of the him free videos and stuff.
Yeah, and I guess it kind of sucks. I know that I've never been that dude to kind of mix somebody's like content with them, like,
right?
As a person, I've always kind of been good with just like separating those things, just in case, like a childhood icon of me turns out to be like a horrible person or something. Like in that situation, I could just be like, oh well, you know, that's terrible, but I don't feel too destroyed about it, because you know, I've always had like this level of doubt with current creators.
Yeah,
so that helps. But I can see how people will very easily mix his like him as a person with his content. And if for those people, you know, kind of sucks that you know, some of the best moments in Achievement Hunter happen with him around in it.
Yeah, there's
and now you kind of have to just it's a balance of removing that moment or just like forgetting about it, even though it was like the moment itself is really good. It just so happened to include a terrible person.
Right. There's this huge thing like him and one of the other people there, Jack, have the same voice. So something I like just trying to trick myself into doing when it's like, how do I distract myself from the fact that this is who this is? Well, him and this other guy sound the same. I can just not look at the name in the top corner of the screen, and I can just imagine this is Jack. This isn't Ryan. And boom, I can just move on from there. I know
I did always mistake those two.
I mean, they literally had a team name called Team Same Voice, which now is unfortunate.
Which, you know, that didn't age quite so well.
It's now unfortunate, but it's like I can now disassociate him when he's not visually on screen with that. But yeah, he is part of a lot of like great moments, and then there's also Adam Kovic, who for Funhouse was literally the person who played the video games while they commentated behind him. And even did like again, there was a point in time where I found him to be one of the funniest people there. I was like a really big fan of him, and when that happened, it was like, well, there goes my feelings towards like all these videos for Funhouse that I really enjoyed. Yeah, there were still people I enjoyed in them, but it's like, it's kind of like tainted the memory with that.
Yeah. Um. Yeah, that just kind of sucks.
Yeah. Fuck. Wow, this really went so.
It went
We really got
dangerous.
dangerous.
But what were we talking about before? JonTron, that's right.
JonTron with
Yeah. So
anti-vax. I am surprised.
I'm pretty sure it was anti-vax. That's what it was implying. I didn't watch the whole video through because I was literally in the middle of watching it when you messaged me to get on. I was like, oh, okay. So I just stopped watching it, and now I'm here. But yeah, it was it's crazy, dude. There's like a crazy, what was it? Like JonTron, I didn't know he replies a lot to comments.
I didn't either. I would have thought he would.
Or at least in the video, it seemed like he did. Where he's like, so somebody basically said to him like, what I kind of agree with is that yes, the research was terrible and like you shouldn't actually do that to puppies and stuff, and it's tragic that happened. But you know, he's still a lead researcher on COVID vaccines, and it's important research, and I respect the research that he did there. But I'm gonna separate that from him as a person. Maybe he's a terrible person, don't know. But his research on the COVID vaccine is still pretty good. And JonTron's like, oh yeah, well check this out. And then like he sent them like this weird like this article that was talking about how like the National Institute of Health was doing virus testing in Wuhan. And it was like unreported, or I guess it was like kind of sketchy research. At least that's what the article implied, that it was sketchy research. And it was like testing, it was testing this virus, and it was making it more like more dangerous, I guess.
So he's trying to imply that Fauci created the coronavirus.
He's trying to imply that the National Institute of Health created the coronavirus. Although it says in the article, it says that the virus that was created, that was tested on, was not COVID-19. And also, that's how virus testing works, is that you kind of just go in there, and so to better understand a virus, you kind of just change around some properties and maybe make it more dangerous, more I can't remember the word. Transmissible. You make it more transmissible so you can test it better. That's just how virus testing works.
Transgender?
No, that's not. COVID-19 is a transgender version of the coronavirus. No, so
sense.
So like he replies with that, and he's like, it's a kind of, I guess he thought it was like a gotcha moment, like a, oh yeah, check this out, an Aaron from King Grumps type of thing. Check this out, and then and then like everyone who replied to him was like, yeah, that's how virus testing is done. That's just how John. That's how it's done. Been done for a lot of other stuff. Like, and one of them was like, you might think this is a gotcha moment, but maybe if you knew a little bit more about it, then then you would know that that's how it works. And it also says in the article it's not COVID-19.
He got us, John,
and that's where the video cut off for me.
But we got you.
That's when I stopped watching the video. It's super funny. But yeah. I mean, even if JonTron is like a crazy wacko anti-vaxxer Republican,
no, I don't think he's a Republican.
I don't know. Actually, I don't know his political leanings.
I know I don't
think I care enough to get it.
I know he dunks on Donald Trump a lot, so I don't know.
Everybody dunks on him, dude.
Well, I know, but man,
everybody except your coworkers.
Yeah, my coworkers, fucking maniacs.
Mm-hmm.
The situation has not stopped, and it keeps evolving.
We need to talk about what your coworker said to you the other day. Right after this, after you make your point. You don't think he's...
I'm not sure. I don't know if he's just a Republican who doesn't like Donald Trump, or if he's just not a Republican at all. Because
I mean, he might just be nonpartisan, you know?
Right.
Non-political.
He could be a person who's in the middle. I know I am, and it's like...
Welcome to the most middle podcast.
We're
middle in everything.
We've settled.
we make another podcast called We Settled.
Oh,
Settling.
yeah. We've settled. God damn it. Yeah, I don't know if I wouldn't say he's a Republican, but I don't think he's very liberal-esque either.
Mm.
So, yeah, he probably is a settler.
I think it's hilarious to hear
I do too.
about people who are really far leaning in any direction. Because the stuff they say is just like, it's so crazy. You wouldn't think anyone would say it seriously. Like you would say, like it's things that you would say as a joke, but like they're saying it seriously, which kind of makes it funnier because they like actually believe it.
I've told you about my brother Franklin and how he's a bit of an extremist liberal type.
Extreme liberal?
Yeah, extreme, and I mean extremist as well. But
extremism.
He showed up to conservative party rallies and stuff, like just wearing a mask and everything, literally not saying a thing, just filming them and everything, not doing anything like violent or anything like that. Okay. And there's videos of it. They approach him and they're fucking on him about wearing the mask. Yeah. And
I've heard about those stories so much, but continue your story.
I can send you a link to the fucking Instagram that has a video of them like fucking
your brother's
him.
Instagram of him.
No, not his Instagram. One of the people who were there that called him LA Antifa. Okay. Despite that they not true in any way. Because he while being an extremist, he's not Antifa. He's his own thing. He likes to make that clear that he's not like part of any group. Yeah. He's his own thing when he goes and participates in those stuff. But he's just standing there, just filming.
I'm not Antifa. I just look and act exactly like.
He wasn't even wearing all black either. He's just like standing there in like a normal shirt. He has a mask on and everything. He's just leaning against a tree, holding his like GoPro. Yeah. And just like they're like surrounding him. They're like, anyone not wearing a mask is not one of us. And which wasn't true, because there was one of them who was like an extreme person who liked to wear their mask and everything. They're like, you're not one of these. He's like, you don't know who the fuck I am.
Did your brothers talk at all, or you just sat there?
He talked to them when they would like talk to him, but he wasn't like aggressive with talking. It was just like, nah, okay. And like the guy he's with, he's like, you guys know that he served in the Navy, right? They're like, no, he fucking didn't. It's like, why would you know? But
impossible. Navy people don't wear masks. How are they supposed to breathe underwater with the mask on?
But like they're surrounding him. One of them, this guy who has become a meme to us whenever we talk about him, because he's like this insane, just wide-eyed guy. He's like in his face, he's like,
it's always those kinds of people, dude. Wide-eyed. They're probably on like 600 milligrams of caffeine at that moment.
That's me. He's like tapping his waist, which apparently has a holstered gun. And he's like tapping.
He's gonna shoot him because he's wearing a mask.
He's like, oh, just test me. No, it's. They were like, hey, you're wearing a mask. You're not one of us. Get out of here. And then the guy walks to me. He's like, yeah, this guy's LA Antifa, and fucking ran off like a little weasel. And they're like, oh, now it's bigger. And it's like, this guy's instigating.
I'm pretty sure in those rallies you'd find like a certain percentage of them are trolls that just want to make the situation worse.
Yeah, and that's the thing. That's the thing. It was a pro-choice rally too. It wasn't specifically conservative, but they turned it into that. Mm-hmm. And they were like, "Well, it's his choice to wear a mask. Just let him wear the mask." And the person's like, "Shut up! You're not one of us either." Like the like extremists of them were like, "Oh, we're surrounded by the enemy. They're trying to infiltrate us." And it's just like my brother,
by the enemy.
My brother and his friend just like, "Wow,
they're infiltrating my mind."
And like the guy with the gun like stood behind him like with his hand hovering, just like waiting. He's like. Just waiting for him to try something.
Just test me. Come on. Yeah. Make a move.
Yeah, I'd like to see you try something. And like, we will fight them with.
What are they expecting him? What are they expecting him to try?
I don't know.
Your brother wasn't wasn't having a weapon, right? No weapon on him.
No.
What were they expecting?
Because he was wearing a mask and he's just standing there. They're like, you're not
school
one of
shooter.
Us. We're a bunch of anti-maskers here. You're not one of us, even though this is actually a pro-choice rally. It's our choice to not let you be here.
It's our choice to shoot you because you're wearing a mask.
Motherfucker.
Boy, I'm about to
but
pop a cap
yeah,
in you.
it's literally that, and then there's several other times where he's just standing there filming from afar, and like they'll walk up to him and they'll be like, "What are you doing here?" It's like, "Well, this is a public area. We just came to film the situation." He's like, "Oh, and which politician paid for your camera equipment?" I was with him when we were at Walmart buying a $15 camera set.
Oh, did he say like, "Oh, this politician named James"?
No, they name some random politician named Soros or something. And like, "Are you Soros boys?
You
Soros
think
buy
those-
this camera equipment?"
You think these extremist people are like really stupid, but they're actually like somehow they
No.
know like all the politicians and their leanings and stuff. It's like what the?
That's about all.
That's like their entire life is just politics.
Other than that,
Can you
it's
imagine
just
your
Homer
entire
Simpson with
life?
a clapping monkey in his brain.
Can you imagine your entire life involving politics and you're not a politician?
Hi, my name's Donald Trump. Man, with no politics suddenly is. But it's insane like how just quickly things will escalate with people like that.
Oh yeah.
It's from nothing too. It's just one person's like sayings that just boosted out of nowhere.
Mhm.
And
Well, it's
they're
'cause
just
these
insane
people are like they're so set in their ways that in a way they're super stubborn and you can't change their mind, but also in a way they're extremely gullible because if you tell them what they want to hear, then they'll just believe it.
Right. And here's the thing, the comment section of that video prove what you're saying so much more.
Really?
Like, yeah, people are making up all these stories about him all of a sudden. It's like I've seen the situations and videos where they're referring to, because he films his interactions with all these people.
Yeah.
And like they'll walk up to him and then they'll start the shit and then they'll be like, he was stalking us. It's like I was standing in one place and you walked up to me. He's trying to threaten us. He's standing there saying nothing. You guys are the ones walking up to him being like,
Wait,
"Dead."
so is it the comments that are saying this stuff or?
Yeah. And dude, there are so many of them of people like, just kick them to the curb, take their wallet, photograph their ID, throw it back to them, tell them to get the hell out of town.
Get out of town.
I'm not joking. That's not exactly
What's
it.
to ya?
But that is almost exactly it. That's it's so many of those. And everyone's like, you're not a local. You're just coming from LA to instigate. Lived here his entire life.
Lived here his entire life.
He's born and raised.
Never stepped foot outside.
I'm so convinced that you people are not the ones that are from here. the
Get
amount
out
of
of
you
here!
there
You know he doesn't live here. You know he doesn't. He's not a true Nevadan. Wait
Nevadan?
a minute.
He's LA Antifa because that one
Wait a
weasel of a
minute.
man told us.
What did you just say? Nevadan? You said you live here?
How did you pronounce Nevada?
Say that one more time.
I'm from Nevada.
I'm from Nevada.
What street do you live on?
That's how Nevadans act toward people who aren't Nevada. Just like wide
live on
eyes staring
Flamingo.
at them. Just try it. Try something. Hand on holster.
What street do you live on? Flamingo.
What's that state that's next to California? Try it. Say it.
It's the it's the video of like the I don't know if you've seen the meme, but it's like this like wire worker or something is the name of what the guy's like profession is.
Uh-huh.
He's just sitting there eating, and it's like a line worker in China eating his lunch, and then it cuts to suddenly the Lively logo is in the top corner, and he like pauses and he's like socially aware of it. It just cuts to him like staring dead at it. His like fucking sweat is just pouring down his face, staring at it. Just such a great video.
Your social credit has expired.
Stay with me.
Coming out of my cage. It's just a price I pay. So funny. But yeah, that
I'm
was
Mr. Brightside.
yeah, I'm surprised
Yeah.
that yeah, I know that you told me that none of your family is like socially awkward, but
Yeah.
do they actually like enjoy going out there and interacting with people,
He
or is it
does.
more of just like he doesn't mind interacting with people?
He enjoys that they're angry at him for no reason because it's like it just proves him even more right in his thoughts and stuff.
Ah, so it's like a self like crap.
A self-assuring type of like a
Yeah.
yeah. I wouldn't say he's doing it for no reason. Like for that reason only. He is doing it with like good intentions. Like, hey, this is the type of people that are like kind of threatening our
Guys, avoid these types of people. Do
yeah.
not adopt these people's ideologies because this is what you end up like. Try it. Try it.
I've seen it firsthand, and like even
I have not actually.
I like because I drop him off at some of these events and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and I've seen because they marched down the strip once.
Seen it.
I don't know if you've seen the videos of them marching down the strip.
No.
I dropped them off there, and the traffic was so fucked by it, and it's just hundreds of people honking because they will either want to go or they think they're supporting them, and it's like just these people like standing in the middle of the road, just like cheering, throwing their signs up like "Release Nevada, give us back our Vegas." It's like it's just a bunch of fucking idiots, and it's like just an entire mob. It's just a mob of people who are just going through doing dumb shit. And like they're clogging up all like the business and stuff. And it's like, no. We're not the reasons that Las Vegas hasn't opened back up. It's you dumb fucks just walking around doing this shit, getting sick.
If you just went on your normal goddamn lives and didn't actively do this, then maybe we'd be back up and running.
I get you don't want to get the vaccine. Okay. I understand that. I understand your problems with it. The mask makes sense though.
No, it doesn't, James. No, it doesn't. It's preventing God's air from entering my lungs.
How about you prevent yourself from just going up and breathing in someone's face? Just breathing their air and shit.
Try it. I dare you, try it.
How about you try just not being a dumb fuck?
You know, I saw this one meme illustration of what masks do that made a lot of sense to me, and it was also really funny. It was like this is what masks are like. So imagine two people have their pants off and they're like they just have no pants. If somebody pisses on you, you get wet. Now imagine you have your pants on. If you have your pants on and the other person has their pants off and they piss on you, you still get wet, but not as wet as if you had your pants off. Now imagine if both people are wearing pants.
The wet pants off. And
If both people have their pants on and he tries to piss on you, he just pisses himself. And I was like, that's a really funny analogy. I'll keep that in mind. You get what I'm saying, James? That makes sense.
I love that.
If both people have their pants on and you try to piss on someone, you piss yourself. There you go.
Love that.
It's a good analogy, isn't it?
It's a great
When I saw that, I was like, holy crap, it makes so much sense.
Finally an analogy for people like me.
Just piss yourself. But yeah, it was really funny. Anyway, though, should we move on topics now? You done talking about your brother's escapades into the mob?
Oh, he has genuine escapades with the actual mob.
The actual? What do you mean the actual mob?
Our city's actual mob.
I don't think I'm too aware of it.
So yeah,
Explain what that is.
There's a restaurant that's owned by like a mob family, and a situation occurred where they had said some very racist stuff.
Mm-hmm. And your brother was like real shit.
He was there with like a group and everything, and they were genuinely protesting the restaurant just in general in like a peaceful way and everything.
Uh-huh.
and then like the people there escalated, like they were getting violent with the protesters and stuff.
Oh no.
And then they like took one of the people's cameras and like said some very racist remarks to the person.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like the son of a mobster.
Oh.
And it's a mob family restaurant, so it's like this is now escalated from being dumb fuck conservatives who'll shoot you on sight to the mob.
To the mob.
To the mob.
To the mob, baby.
And they finally, it's worked itself out. But the son, I think, was afraid of getting like charged for a hate crime, basically.
Okay.
So, it's a weird
the son
situation.
of the mob?
The son of the mob. Man, I love that movie, Son of the Mob.
Yeah, me too. It's my favorite.
It's a great
it's my
sequel.
favorite trilogy.
It's The Mask, Son of the Mask, Son of the Mob.
Son of the mob.
Son of the Mob. It just works like that. It's
The
just
mob,
simple.
son of the mob.
Look at the flowchart. It just works.
Yeah. It's the mafia,
Yeah.
then it's the mob, and then it's the son of the mob.
Moving on.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's pretty interesting. I didn't know about that about your brother.
Yeah.
But let's talk about that. Let's about your coworkers, dude. I mean, it seems like as though every episode now has to have some segment dedicated to your coworkers because, it's like, I don't even think that it's almost. I'm like still 60% sure they're not real people,
Hey God.
or they're actually
Is
just
this
trolling
borderline
you.
sexual
They're
harassment?
trolling you so goddamn hard and you're not realizing it.
I don't think they are.
I don't know. I can't tell.
I genuinely do not think they are.
Like a part of me suspects that they know.
I
They know that you're. They know your orientation. They're just like, hey, let's just mess with them. Let's pretend to be super,
they don't know.
super bigots and just.
I would die if I said this, if I said what I was to any of these people. None of them know, not even my family. Like my sisters are the only people
Your
who know.
sisters?
Yeah.
Okay.
Which makes the situation so much funnier when like Joe goes like, you know, you're appropriating gay people stuff. Oh,
James, you
Am
know,
I?
You know you're appropriating gay people's stuff. Don't pretend like you're not. So, well, let's
You
let's
look
first talk
gay.
about something that you sent me first, which I thought was kind of funny. I think about 3 days ago. About 3 days ago, you told me that one of your coworkers dumped all his money into crypto, or something. Or no, he's telling you to dump all your money into crypto.
yeah. So on Wednesday, my coworker, who I'm not going to refer to them by their real names anymore.
Even though we've already done that, but their first names are so common as like
Drake.
Drake, like from Drake and Josh.
Yeah, Drake and Josh. Drake tells me to put all my money into crypto, specifically Shiba coin.
Shiba coin, like the like Dogecoin, but
Like Dogecoin, but Shiba.
like the dog type instead.
Like the dog.
Okay. Yeah.
Tells me to put all my money in the Shiba with guaranteed profit in 3 days. And here's the thing. You can't genuinely guarantee that because you cannot predict crypto. It is impossible to predict.
Yeah, crypto's a bit different from the stock market in that it's more volatile.
Right.
So while the stock market, it's still like it's still sort of volatile. It's more of an investment than a gamble, and crypto's more gambling.
Right.
Yeah, and stock market's more investing in a company. But anyway, move on with your crypto thing.
We're going to lunch and they've been in the shop with us all day doing like sign work and everything. And they've just been annoying me all day, dude.
To
I
buy
cannot stress
crypto?
enough. No, with everything in general. They've just been annoying me all day with everything. And then they get into the talk about crypto, which is like my least favorite thing. because it's like it's just
It's so funny,
mind numbing when they go into detail. Like, well, here when you look at the real statistics of Krista, it's like the fucking sim talk. Like, I'm just kind of staring at them. What?
Uh-huh. What?
Hey, did you get those photos printed? Welcome's printed.
What?
It's literally like that for me. It's like it's just I can't understand any of what they're saying, and I couldn't care fucking less. I've never wanted crypto. I'm never gonna want crypto.
Okay.
I am sure.
Respectable.
If people like crypto, fine, cool. That's for you. Not for me. I don't care. I don't want to invest. Franklin already tried to force me into investing in Doge a while ago.
Yeah.
He's like,
I think I do remember that.
I'll pay you.
You'll become a billionaire,
I'll
James.
pay you.
You'll become a billionaire.
Jim,
I'm giving you money for this.
I'll create your
You
crypto
lose
wallet for
absolutely
you.
nothing.
And I'll put the
You
crypto
lose
in there
nothing.
for you.
You lose nothing.
You lose nothing. Oh, it crashed?
Oh, it's a tenth of its value?
Oh, I earn $25 if I get
it's-
other people to join.
It's worth 1/100th of a cent?
What?
What?
And I'm just losing my mind because they're like, we're going back to the car. We went and we got lunch, and we're going back to the car, and they've just been checking their phones all day. Just it's going up this percent, it's going up this percent, and I didn't drive. Drake drove. I've told you about Drake's driving.
And
and
you have told me about his driving, yeah.
now he's looking at crypto, not women.
Yeah. Crypto instead of women.
Drake, just look at the road.
Dude, you have to buy this new coin. It's called e-girl coin. It's really good. Quadruple your profits. Trust. You lose nothing. I'll pay you.
Yeah, that's how like saying that to me as if it's like I'm gonna take it. It's like no. And then we're at the car,
Just
both smoking a
stop.
cigarette. Like freaking Drake. We're smoking a cigarette, and I'm just like waiting to get in the car. I'm like, just unlock the door so I can get in. Like, Jim, you should invest in crypto now. What do you mean no? It's the best time to invest in it. It's skyrocketing right now. You should dump all your money into crypto with a guaranteed triple your profit. 3 days. Guaranteed. And I'm just standing there like,
Sounds like a bad
no.
infomercial.
And then it crashed.
Like on the same day or?
Same moment, it started going down. It started going down when we reached the restaurant and everything, but it started like going down. Like when we were at the car, so like trying to convince me.
It's decreasing while you were driving there, but when
because everyone's pulling out. Because everyone's
crashed,
pulling
right?
out. Because it's like it's at
well, it's because
at
the
the
pump
highest
and
it's
dump,
been.
right? Whatever that coin he said.
Everyone's pumping and dumping, and
yeah.
Like Jim, you should jump on. You don't want to be one of the people that pull out immediately without any profits. I'm like,
did you look at it and be like,
What I said
wonder
to
what would
him,
happen if I put all my money in there.
They're freaking out because it's like it's going down, and they're like, "Oh, we're freaking out." And then we get in the car, and they're like, "Jim, it's your fault. It's going down." And I'm like, "It's not my fault. You guys made bad financial investments." And they turned to me.
It turned you wide eye like, test me again.
No, they're like, "Bad investment, Jim. I'm still earning double what I put in. If I pull out now, I got 500 more than what I put in." I like fucking losing his mind because I called it a bad decision.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, this is why I don't like you.
So did they actually make money from it, or?
No, because it kept going down.
And they didn't pull out there?
No.
Oh god. I mean, the second you see it decreasing, you probably should just pull out.
It's not stocks. It's not stocks where when it goes up, people are going to stay in.
It's not stocks where if it goes down, people are going to stay in.
Right. All of it. It's not stocks, but they're treating it like it. And I'm just sitting there like,
why don't they just go stocks then? I don't understand.
You're a fucking idiot. Both of you. One of you is my brother, and I love you. And nothing will ever get between family and blood and all that shit.
You're family.
You're a fucking idiot.
But you're a fucking idiot.
You're a fucking idiot with family. I'm just losing my
Like
mind
Vin
because
Diesel.
these two
You're a fucking
fucking just
idiot.
Jabberwockies.
Jabberwockies.
Just
These freaking dingleberries.
it's literally these two in the fucking
These
front seat.
these quandangles.
It's the video of the guy's cat who's just fucking like losing its mind, and it's got like the anime like girl just talking super fast, just like talking really fast. He just grabs, starts shaking it, just fucking losing its mind. That's what's going on in the front seat as these two are yelling at me about my opinion. And I'm just sitting there like, I just want to, I quit.
I
just
quit
wanna
life
quit.
and crash
I want
the
to
car,
quit. I
die.
just don't want to be here and have to talk to you anymore.
So funny.
And Chris is just.
Did they tell you how much money they lost from it?
I don't know. I think Drake put in like 1,000 or something.
Oh, wow. Okay.
He put
I thought it was
1,000
something
into
like small, like maybe $100 or
No, no, because they're fucking idiots.
something.
That's how much.
true,
That's how
yeah.
much. That's how much. Christmas
Yeah.
put in.
Christmas?
That's what we call him at work. To just
Yeah,
shit. We call him Tree or Christmas because
Well, let's just call him
both
Tree
relate.
then.
Well, sometimes Tree doesn't make sense. We have to explain it to each other if we forget. More like I have to explain it to Franklin.
Tree.
But yeah, Tree fucking put in like $100, and he's like fucking doing his like crypto bro talk, and I'm just standing at work like, I wish I was anywhere else. This is worse than the sexual harassment.
Let's make a stock podcast, James. Crypto podcast. We'll make a crypto podcast
I'm tied
stream.
to the chair. I can't leave. and
If
the
we
headphones
become
are super glued to my head.
even a little bit successful in our Twitch adventures, let's make a co-op Twitch channel where we just take every single cent from subscriptions or donations, put them into crypto, and see what happens. See if we could get some money from crypto. And we stream ourselves crashing. Stream ourselves crashing on in crypto stuff.
Oh no! It's the fucking like tragedy song, like for no reason at all. What? It's like fucking all
And
like
we'll just like really
in the
we'll really
middle, we're just, like,
exaggerate
watching
stuff.
it crash.
We got face cams and everything. It's like the stream is the stock itself, like in real time, changing. And we've got our webcams there, and we're like every time it goes up, we're like really happy and stuff. But if it starts like crashing really fast, we'll just both start seizing out like
I was gonna say like we get on the phones and we act like we're just pulling out. But in reality, we just don't give a shit. Just, no, pull out.
pull out. We're gonna lose our $10.
Get us out of here. We can't be here anymore. We gotta pull out.
My $10 turned into $5.
What do you mean we can't pull out? Yeah,
It's
that'd
so
be
funny,
great.
but
But yeah,
did you get a good look at their faces when it starts crashing really fast?
yeah, because they were standing in front of me, just like watching. I'm like, you're a fucking idiot. I'm not. He's like, Jim, you should take all of your money, all your savings, all of it, put it into Shiba right now.
Is it called Shiba Inu coin?
Yeah.
Ah. Wow. I just googled it. And it's yeah, it's quite something.
I just want to be left alone. I just want to be able to work. I just want to finish the signs without any of them talking to me. No, Blake. No, Drake. I don't care about whatever you're saying.
I don't care about what you're saying. I don't want to talk to you. It's just
I have headphones in. I'm trying to listen to something because my left headphone's dead, and I'm listening through my right headphone, which is noticeably quieter, and I can barely fucking hear it as is with the volume all the way up. So shut the fuck up about whatever you're rambling on about. I want to know.
Do you watch my stream when you're at work?
Yes.
Because like
all the time. It's like I literally just turn it on, turn the phone upside down, and I'm like, if he says something, I'll make a joke, but then I'll just like completely just like anything to tune them out.
Please, anything. Yeah,
almost all the time.
Sometimes
I
you
just
go
watch
quiet
them
for
start
extended
going.
periods of time, and I'm like, oh, he's probably working right now. Maybe he should just be working, but I don't know.
I mean, I'm working, but it's like Franklin's always on his fucking phone. He's like, he's either
does your boss
smoking
not care if you guys are on your phones or stuff?
He does, which is why Franklin, we've created a call. If anybody sees him exit his office, everyone goes, caw, caw.
Totally not suspicious.
No, but he doesn't notice. We do it. I learned it from being on job when people just started going, caw, caw, and I saw him like roll up.
Okay, yeah, pull up.
Yeah, it's like we're all working and everything, and it's like one person will be on their phone, then like we'll just hear a guy go, caw, caw, and like we'll just like sweep while we're laying down
working.
Road work. And he drives by and he's like, asses and elbows, boys, asses and elbows.
Is that what he says?
When I'm on job, I don't want to see any of you doing anything but doing work on your asses and elbows. I only want to see asses and elbows, not your faces.
I want to see your asses, not your I mean, get back to work.
That's not an ass. That's not an elbow.
That's funny.
You're fired.
Yeah. I mean, I used to do that all the time, man. When I was in working in the theater, I would have like my wireless earbuds in, and you know, I've had the long hair style before, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember what it looked like, but I had my hair covering my ears. I have like a helmet, basically. My hair looks like a helmet because my hair is so thick. It grows so thick that it just becomes like a helmet at some point, and so it covers my ears. So I just put my wireless earbuds.
I could stop a 50 caliber bullet with this hair.
Yeah. I put an earbud in my ear and my hair covers it, and my hair is so thick that it's just like you can't see it. So I just have that in the entire time I'm working, and it's pretty good. Listen to music.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, though, I think my earbuds are starting to break.
As do I think are mine, which is a great transition for us to talk about this podcast
this
sponsor.
Week's sponsors.
Raycon.
Raycon's
wireless earbuds.
Raycon's wireless. With my promo code, bruh, you can get yourself a 30% discount. With my promo code Ethan Winters, you can get yourself a 50% discount on limited edition Resident Evil 9 earbuds, Raycons.
With my promo code, JohnTron was right, you can get 90% off.
With my promo code, the science, trust the science, guys.
Just trust the science, in quotations. You get 100% off if you're willing.
Well, thank you for joining me for this podcast, James. If you enjoyed, you should like and subscribe. And catch us every Sunday, because we do this every Sunday. Yes, so next Sunday.
Speaking of Sunday,
it's happening.
It's Halloween.
It's Halloween this Sunday.
It's Halloween.
Isn't it spooky that we talk about nothing spooky except Heisenberg?
Well, I can think of something spooky.
Say goodbye, James.
Workplace sexual harassment.
Ooh.
It's real.